Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to a new year of coping creatively. I'm excited. There's going to be some changes that I'm going to do. I have exciting things planned for the year, and you can check those out on my website, copingcreatively.net. I'll put the link in the description box below. In a few weeks is the Chinese New Year, and it is the year of the rabbit, which embodies elegance, peace, and a dash of luck. And I sure could use a lot of peace and a little luck this year. What I wanted to do, since it's the year of the rabbit, I found the cutest advertising that features a bunny in it, and I wanted to do it vintage style. And the best way to do that, I thought, would be pastels. It will give it a sun-faded look. It should be pretty fun and interesting. I found these Arteza colored pencils, pastels, and I need to swatch them out so I know which colors to choose for the coloring page. It's 50 pieces. They're triangular shaped, so they're easier to hold, especially me with my shaky hand. And they come in this cardboard box. As you can see, I ripped it trying to open it. It's gotten a little crushed, and they're all in here. And you can see I've taken them all out already and organized them. And on the back here, you do have your colors, but it's better to put your colors on the paper you like to use, so at least you get a good representation of what they actually look like. For the swatching, we will use my usual go-to swatching sheets that I get from a tailored image. She has a blank one out there, so if there are any pencil sets that you have and she does not have the pre-printed names on there, just grab this blank one. She also gives you a blank title page, and so I was thinking what would be cool is take this, cut some of this out and put it on here. I think it would be a nice little project. Might even cut some of this out. Since these are not pre-filled, you're gonna have to decide the color order. And I've already done that for us. You don't have to do it the way I do. Okay, so I went through and ordered them how I want them to be ordered. I started with the neutrals, the grays, the tans, and then I went into the yellows, then the oranges, the pinks, the purples, and then I also did it from light to dark. And then on the other side, went from the purples, I did purples here, and then I went into the blues, and then the greens. This made sense to me. This is the way I liked it laid out. If you prefer to have your yellows and greens together, or your oranges and blues together, it doesn't matter. It's whatever works for you. And another thing with these is they do not have color names, just color numbers. That'll make it a little bit easier to do the swatch sheet. We don't have to worry about numbers. Let's get going on those. I'm excited to see what the colors look like, and then I can pick out what we need for the first coloring page of the year. Okay. We'll start with sheet number 1. And as you know, everybody, I can't write straight up and down or color straight up and down. I don't know how people do it, but I gotta turn you sideways. I'm gonna start with the grays. Okay, and our first pencil is A318, so A318. And if you remember swatching, and everybody pretty much does it this way, the rule of thirds, I want to go in light with this first round. Yeah, these are nice to hold on to, these triangular shape, I think they called it. Yep, triangular shape. They're nice to hold on to. I'm going to go in with 2 layers for my first, because these are so pale. I don't even know if you can see it on the video. It's so pale. Then we'll start here. Start throwing off a little bit of crumbs. And I'm going to do 2 layers here. Here, another couple of layers. Yeah, that's a nice pale gray. Okay, the next one is A317. I guess I got these backwards, but the colors, that order made sense to me, so. This looks like a warm gray, this is a cool gray. Now I got these at Michael's. I don't know if you have a Michael's store where you're at. They were having a sale, and I had some coupons. You know me, I gotta find the cheapest deal. So I will put a link to Michael's in the description box below. And if you don't have a Michael's, I will put a link to Amazon. I will also put a link to the Arteza store so you can do some price comparisons. and find out what's the better deal for you. Because, you know, sometimes at the product website, they have deals where if you sign up for their newsletter, they'll give you so much off your order. Yeah, this is a nice pale gray. Next up are the browns or the beiges, and this one is A629. The one above it didn't have too many crumbs, not like the other one. And each pass, I'm pressing a little harder. Next up, A118. Like all pencil sets, some colors lay down a lot nicer than others. It's probably just the type of pigment they use in the pencil. I find that with everything. With pencils, with markers, with paints. I think it's the pigment in the medium they use, whether it lays down better than others. Yeah, it seems like this one had a lot of crumbs to it, but it laid down pretty good. Next up is A215. Oh, before I forget, we need to number these. Okay, we need to number these so once we cut them out, we know which order they go in. 2, 3, 4, 5. And now back to our regularly scheduled program, swatching. We're on 215. And you might have noticed I am not consistent with anything. I said I was going to do 2 passes, then 2 passes, then 2 passes, and I'm probably not doing that. If you're paying close attention, I'm just doing it enough so you have the light, the medium, and the dark. And I'm not being precise about going to the ends of the box. I'm not worrying about things like that anymore. I'm just enjoying myself, having fun, which you should too. Next up is A216. This is kind of more of a pinky brown. I guess it is more pink, but it didn't look that pink next to the other pink, so I put it with the brown. Kind of like a faded terracotta color. It's kind of streaky. Just have to put a lot of layers on, I suppose, to get or blend it out. Well, that's row 1 done. Let's get the next row going. Next up are the yellows. A316. Have any of you used pastels out there? This is my first time. What kind of pastels did you use? Did they work okay? Did they come out the way you expected? Well, I hope these work out for what I want to use them for. Next is A631. It's that one mixed up. 631. Huh? But yeah, I notice weird things like that. Little brighter ones, like baby duck or baby chicken yellow. It's very pretty. A119. I bet you these would look nice on black paper. They'd probably really show up. And A633. This almost has a orange in it, an orange color. Just a hint of orange. And now we're getting into the oranges. Next up is A311. I start doing these and I get lost in thought. Start zoning out. Do you do that when you're doing swatch sheets and coloring? I kind of like it because then I can have my thoughts to myself and think about the day and things to come. Last one on this line is A312. Now we're getting into the really orange colors. This orange is laying down lots of color, but it's a lot more crummy than, it's not crummy, but I mean it's throwing off a lot of crumbs compared to some of the other ones. We're on our third row already. Where did we leave off? Next is A120. Uh-oh. How bad did I break the tip? Yeah, I sliced it off. I'm gonna go resharpened it. We should be good to go. This is a pretty orange. You know what I noticed in this set? There's no reds. Just noticed that. No pale reds. Nice orange. Oh, this one's gonna be even darker. A214. This one, I don't know, it must be a harder pencil because it's leaving more streaky lines than the others have. It's a nice color though. We're heading into the pinks now. A314. When I replay the video, check and see how wobbly this table is. It's hard to find something real sturdy that looks good. If it wobbles some, I can always just try weighting it down the bottom. I haven't noticed it too much, but I haven't noticed it before on, when I was recording other videos until I watched the playback. I'm like, oh boy, that's shaking pretty good. It's like an earthquake was going on. It's a really nice pale pink. Next this is more like a peach maybe. We'll see as it lays down. A313. It's more of a peachy pink. This might make a good skin color. That one too, maybe. That looks more like a tan, a slight tan. This is more pinky than that. That's the one thing I need to practice in this year. Skin and hair. So we'll be doing that later in the year. And I will also be learning how to do more realism, but I'm starting out slow with grayscale, getting my techniques down. A218. This looks like a carnation pink. I would say so. It's laying down nicely. Yeah, I like that pink. I don't think there's a color yet I haven't liked. Next up is A217. I guess I got them out of their order. Kind of like a coral color, coral pink. This could be used as like a faded red, I suppose. And see, in my mind and the way I'm seeing things, this is lighter than that, so I've got them in the right order, but that's just me. Ooh, another row down, 3 down. At least 2 more on this one. Now we're kind of hitting into the purpley pinks. And this one is A14. I think maybe a lot of the streakiness might have to do with the paper too. The tooth of the paper just shows up more. Oh, this one's getting a lot of crumbs to it too. Next up is a 419. Kind of maybe a fuchsia pink. That one's done. Oh, now we're really getting into the purples. A420. And next up is a 421. That's my birthday, 421. I don't know if I want to tell you the year, but and purple is my favorite color. Remember, I used to have when I was little, a purple velvet coat. Oh, I love that thing. Oh, I forgot to remind you, when you get a new pencil set in, before you swatch it out, you should sharpen your pencils because they have a thin film on them, and you got to get that off, or otherwise your pencils aren't going to color right. Well, we're going right in order here. A422. A little darker. More like a plum color. Faded plum or faded violet. And last for this row, A315. A315. This is like a dusty color, dusty purple. It's very pretty. Oh, this one's throwing off a lot of crumbs, but it's laying down nicely. Yeah, I like that. This is A423. Guess they went out of order a little bit here. This is also kind of a dusty purple. I don't know if you can see that. There's a line right here. I must have scratched the surface of the paper. Let me zoom in and see if I can show you that. There's like a line that won't fill in with pencil. So I must have scratched the paper. Did something to the tooth of the paper. So when you're doing coloring pages, you kind of gotta be careful of that. And next up is, so we did A423. Let's finish that up. Got sidetracked. You see, I'm trying to fill that in and it's not I think maybe the only thing is a blender or a burnisher to smush it down even more. I don't know. That's something I'd have to try out. A424. It's more of a smoky colored purple. More blue in it than pink, or red I should say. Yeah, I think we're starting to get into the blue purples. It's more like a silvery color. It's one side of my pencil case done. Yeah, we're heading into the blues now. A few more purples, and this one is A425. If you might notice, I'm just putting my hands on these. This isn't one of my colored pages, so I don't worry about using transfer paper, tissue paper, whatever. It's not a work of art, so it doesn't matter to me. But you can get your tissue paper, or some people use glassine, transfer paper, whatever, to put on top so you're not getting the oils from your skin on the paper or smearing the pencil. Yeah, it is blue now. A426. It's pretty blue. And next is 428. Kind of like a pale navy blue, pale sea blue, ocean blue. And the last one for this page is A427. I got this one out of order. I still think this is going to be darker than these, so they're in the right order for me. Very nice. One down, another one to go. Where did we leave off? A427. We are up to A621. This looks like a pretty blue. Like a robin's egg blue. It's laying down nice too. This one's getting a lot of crumbs. Very pretty. Very light. Next is A519. More into the turquoise colors. I put down a lot of color. This has got a lot of pigment in it. When you press real hard, it's pretty nice. But a lot of crumbs. Next is A518. I guess you could say that's got more green in it, so that could have gone up there. It's just hard to tell from the pencil lead. You have to use a lot of this to get all the tooth of the paper filled in. Noticing the blues are making more crumbs than any other color so far. A516. There it is. Forgot to put it down. A516. Let's see how this goes on the scale of blues. If I really screwed these all up. Said it's hard to tell from pencil lead. See, to me this is darker, so I'm happy where I put it. Another nice thing I like about these triangular and the odd shaped pencil barrels is they're so much easier to hang on to, and your hand doesn't cramp up like if you're trying to hold on to a circular barrel, and they don't go flying out of my hand like the circular ones. Sometimes I can have them just fly out of my hand. These are easier to grip. Yeah, see, this is a little darker than the others. This one has more green in it. I probably should have moved that down towards the green. That's okay. The world won't end. We're getting closer to the greens. And A520. Oh, I went over a little bit there. I'll have to get my eraser. A520 looks good. I like the color green. And I've got my trusty Tombow mono eraser. I'm going to get rid of this blue right here. Anywhere else? I've got new glasses and still getting used to the bifocals on them. And next up is A622. Last one for this row. It's like a teal, faded teal. Yeah, I like this color too. A517. Wow. Oh, it looks so much darker. This is kind of like a dusty grayish blue. And now we're getting into the greens. We've got A624. This is like a sea green to me at its palest point. Let's see what it looks like as we get more color in though. Kind of like a glass green, you know, sea glass green. Yeah, that's a pretty green. Ooh, this is like an apple green. A630. Okay, this is weird. It's like it's got a couple colors in it. Got some red. That is so weird. More I lay down so you can see like red lines. We'll zoom you in so you can see. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm zoomed in all the way. I don't know where this red would have come from. Can you see it? It's like little streaks of red. That is really weird. None of the other colors did that, so it can't be the paper. I can't see anything on the tip. I don't know. It's a mystery. I'll zoom you back out and we'll get moving on to the next one. Next up is A628. For this one, I might sharpen it down and try it again before I use it. Can't use it with the red in there. When we're done here, I'll give that a try. These two look almost the same to me. 628, 630. Except for this one has the red in it. See, and this one's not doing it. And next up is A625. It's kind of like a grass green, Kelly green, Girl Scout green. Greens are not my favorite colors, but they're necessary for a lot of things. I'm getting some crumbs with these, but not as bad as the blues. Okay, last one on this row, A626. This is kind of like a grass green. I like that green. Like I said, I'm not a big green fan, but I like this one. Okay, next row we have A632. It looks more like a pistachio color. Or a light olive. Next up is A636. This looks a lot darker. Lays down a lot of pigment and a lot of crumbs. Next is A635. It's got some yellow in it. This one feels really waxy. I haven't had anything like that yet. I think this is not my favorite color so far out of the whole set. I've liked pretty much everything. I do not like this color. Next up is A6 A637. It's kind of a gold color, gold green. This is much better than that color. Yeah, this would be a good color if you need to do something gold. I'm just getting excited to be done with these. Anybody who's watched my videos knows not my favorite task. I prefer coloring. Four more to go. Ooh, this is like a neon. This is A634. Ooh, yeah, that's bright. Lays down nice though. And this last one is A627. Pretty bright green. That might be neon yellow, and this is neon green. Got a couple more neon colors coming up too. It's like highlighter ring. And this one is A623. This one doesn't really glide that smooth. It sounds hard and rough, and it's just not laying down very nice either. It's a really hard pencil to use. And then the last one up, A620. This one's much better. It's softer, lays smoothly, and this builds up nice. This one is so hard to build up. Well, that's the last one. And you know, these colors are pretty nice. Wait, I went outside of the lines on a few of these. Any more? A little bit there. Well, that's the Arteza Pastels, and they were all pretty nice. They had differences in softness and hardness. There was only one that I wasn't really fond of on the hardness. It was really hard. It was this A623, and I might as well just throw this color out. I will never use this color. I just do not like it. This A635. I don't know if I can say on camera what it looks like, but yeah, I won't use it. And before we go and cut these out, this A630 that has the red in it, I'm gonna go ahead and sharpen it down further and try it out over here and see. Maybe when I first sharpened it, there was red lead in there and it got mixed up with it. I don't know, but I'm gonna try that real quick. Okay, I went down a ways on my sharpener, and here in the shot, I'm just gonna do it. No, it still has the red in it. They must making it got some red in the lead. See, I'm gonna get you in closer so you can see that. I mean, I guess you could use this pencil for Christmas, something Christmassy, but anything else, it's not gonna be any good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go cut these out. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me cut, but you cut along the lines here. The one thing you want to remember is before you cut this number off, write your number on the back of the card so you don't forget which order these go in. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Get those cut out. I want to get the holes punched, and then we'll work on the cover sheet. I'll have to think about what we're going to do with that, but let me go do that, and I will see you back here in a few. I'm back. I finished cutting out all of the swatch sheets, put them on my ring, and yes, I did remember to put my numbers on the back so they are in the correct order as they appear in my case. And now all we have to do is make the cover sheet. What I did was cut out a blank as a template, and I cut the box up. So I cut this little piece off, and then I cut all these little elements off that we can put on there. Now I'm going to do it right here on this sheet, because if I try to do it on this one, it's going to get messy. I've got this glue stick, and every time I ordered from Tombow, they send me a freebie glue stick. So I've got a ton of these. Basically, all I'm going to do is just cover this with glue, get it nice and sticky. See, trying to do this with just one single sheet of paper or single cover page sheet, I would be getting it all over my fingers. I wouldn't be lining it up very well. Let's line this up best we can, and my cutting is not perfect. I'm gonna stretch this out. There we go. And then I kind of figured out how I wanted to do this. I wanted this right here. So I will glue the back of this on here. Try to get as far up here as I can get without covering the hole. Press that down. This is a good glue stick. It kind of holds pretty good. I can't even move this. And this I wanted to put here. So I'm gonna put this right at the end here. Just leave a little bit of the border showing. So I'll probably do it something like that. I'm gonna have to do this in one shot. Let's see if I can remember how we did this. This kind of goes on this corner. I think that's close enough. Okay, and the last element is the pencil. Where do I want to put the pencil? That looks kind of silly right there by itself, doesn't it? I don't know, you tell me. Yeah, I don't think I want to put too many layers, so yeah, I'll put it down there. Oh, I got my hands in it. I just don't want to get it everywhere else. Okay, that part's done. Now let's just cut it out. That came out pretty good. That's pretty neat. I like that. Okay, got my hole punch. There we go. Put it on my ring. Yeah, that looks really good. I like that. It doesn't really say pastels on there, but you can see the colors. So then what I do, if you haven't seen one of my videos before, is I've got a space here. They just stay right in there with the pencils. You can put it anywhere you want. If you want to keep it separate, you can. But I just like having it right where my pencils are, or I will lose it and I will not be able to find it. And it's safer for me to keep it where it needs to be with the pencils. I appreciate you joining me today. It was a lot of fun swatching these out. You make it more enjoyable since it's not my favorite task to do. And it was fun making this little cover sheet. I look forward to getting together again with you on our very first color page of the year. So make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell so you know when that video is ready to go. So we'll see you soon. And until then, hang in there and have some fun.